Oh, happy Thursday. It's
Happy
nice to
Thursday,
be
everyone.
It's super nice to be here. Michael and I come every Thursday night at 7 o'clock, and we are thrilled that you're all joining us. We take about 30 minutes. Michael has a fantastic topic tonight, which I'll let him share with you in a minute. And I just wanted to introduce him to anyone who's new and has never met Michael before. Dr. Michael Gross is a professional keynote speaker, energy transformational coach, entrepreneur, and the author of the Spiritual Primer, applying God's 12 transformational laws to reawaken your soul by reconnecting to God, the true source, to experience your true source's love, joy, and happiness. And I have to say, I have been working with Michael almost 6 years, and I am so honored to be here doing this with you tonight, Michael. You have helped me so much, and I truly, truly, from the bottom of my heart, want to thank you for the changes that you have helped me grow in my life. I'm just blown away by how everything has been coming together. And trust me, people, manifestations do happen. And there's so many more things that I'd love to tell you about Michael. He's been in this industry of spirituality for, well, it's not really an industry, it's lifestyle, right?
Yes.
Right. For over 30 years. He has he's a multidimensional healer, transformational coach who is exceptionally skilled in all aspects of soul, oversoul, body timing, frequencies, vibrations, life force energies, and so much more. You can go to his website. I'll put all his contact information in the comments, and that way you can look him up. And I would like to turn the floor right over to Michael because he has such a powerful message for all of us. Okay, Michael? And the title tonight, would you like to share that with the people? I'm going to put everything in the comments.
All right. The tidal wave of life. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Each day, each week, when we have this little discussion, as I call it, or podcast, I never know what we're going to talk about until the last minute. And what the true source desires for me to talk about is the tidal wave of life. And if you look at the ocean, you have the waves come in, they come out, they come in. Sometimes the tidal wave is higher, sometimes it's lower. And one of the times it's higher is usually on a full moon. And if we understand that, it's the gravitational pull. Using that analogy, the gravitational pull, let's call that the emotional pull. And the emotional pull of what is going on in our life. My gosh, there's so many things going on that are positive, negative, judgmental. Sometimes when I go onto YouTube or Facebook, I hear so much criticism, so much judgment, so much this and so much that. We've forgotten, not all of you, but some of you have forgotten what our purpose here in this reincarnation of life. I want to spend a few moments just discussing what is our purpose. Well, part of it has to do with self love, self worth, and self esteem. Yeah, I've been talking about that for several years. And you're right. Part of it is our relationship with our family, friends, and relatives. Part of it is as we grow up, our vocation. Part of it has to do with helping our children or loved ones. Part of that has to do with preparing for life and learning how to manipulate and flow with the energy of life. And of course, then there's our spiritual mission and goals. And we'd really like to address tonight our human mission and goals. And how many times have you ever thought, what am my purpose? Why am I here? And what is going on? Well, we all kind of ask and think about that. And you are here to experience life. And I'd like you to look at this is really a dream because your real life, the real you, the essence of you is your soul. And where does your soul come from? The true source. And you are part of the true source. And as I've often said, if you turn around and take a drop of water, even a shot glass of water from the Pacific Ocean, and you bring it all the way over to the Atlantic Ocean, when you put it into the Atlantic Ocean, you can't discern that drop or shot glass you put in, but yet it retains its own energy vibration. Some people say the Pacific Ocean is more salty than the Atlantic Ocean. I don't know. But whatever it is that you retain your own identity. Now think about this. Here's your soul. You choose your family, friends, and relatives. You choose how many children you're going to have. You ask for support on your guides, master guides, guardian angels, and angels. And then you come upon this planet and you're going to school. Now, how do you apply all the knowledge that you've given? How do you apply the knowledge from your past life? And how do you apply your life to find out and experience love and joy and happiness? There's an old saying, my gas tank is half full or half empty. Talk to a person, oh, it's half empty. Gosh, I hope I make it home. Oh, it's half full. I got plenty of gas. I can make it home. Simple little shift of what you were thinking. It's a shift of your thinking. It's a shift of your believing. It's a shift of what you're seeing and a shift of how you're behaving and what you are doing about it. Therefore, in the tidal wave of life, think about, oh, I got these challenges. Why are they in my life? In the tidal wave of life, they're in your life for you to understand. Number one, these are the challenges that you are to grow and learn from. But more importantly is you created these challenges to overcome them, to grant new knowledge. And I use the oversimplification. Don't touch the pot, Michael. The pot's hot. Oh, what's hot? Oh, now I know I burned my finger. You learned something. So hopefully you won't burn your fingers or you remember to take a pot holder or whatever, or towel. But think about that. You're just here to gain knowledge. It's not a punishment. It's not a big deal unless you want to make it a big deal. Unless you feel that you're unworthy, then you turn around and feel like a victim. You don't know which way you're going and your life is falling apart. And sometimes I talk to clients and they go, oh, God's punishing me. God's doing, what's the matter? Well, I want to do this and this and it's not happening. Well, maybe it's not right. Maybe there's something better. No, it has to be this way. Lots of luck. And of course, they would say, why do you say that? And I would say, well, you're given opportunities to grow. And therefore, these different opportunities add knowledge and empowerment to your life. And stop saying it's my way or the highway, which goes back to what you think you create, which creates your experience. Most importantly, in the tidal wave of life, it's about learning and growing and working through the tidal wave of life. You don't want to go out there when the waves are coming in. Let's say it's a full moon and just was a storm of maybe 8 hours ago, and the tidal waves are huge. They could be 6 or 8 or 12 or 14 feet high. Does it make sense to try to swim in it and try to get through it? Does it really make sense? Of course it doesn't. But that's what we do. I'm going to do this and overcome it. Congratulations. And you're going to end up with egg on your face. And then you're going to try, see, I can't do it. I told you I was right. Yes, you manifested because you decided. It's not you can't do it. You don't want to do it. There is nothing in our life, nothing that is insurmountable unless you create it in your mind and your thoughts. And in the tidal wave of life, it's the ebb and flow. And the ebb and flow says, you will know the right time for you to conquer this challenge in your life. The old song, The Gambler, you got to know when to hold them, you got to know when to fold them. And it's so important when you turn around and fold. And I want to explain that. Stop resisting. And if you stop resisting, the tidal wave of life that is 14, 15, 20 feet tall becomes 1 or 2 inches tall. Well, wait a minute, Michael. How's that? It was 14 feet tall. Of course, you're resisting it. You're not sitting there and saying, why is it my life? Why am I fighting it? What am I to learn? And why is it such a big deal? And my answer is, why? Why are you creating this? Isn't it so simple? So simple to say, there are things I'm going to be learning, and I'm going to gain this knowledge. And with this knowledge, I will change and heal my life. I will empower my life. And that is why you're here. To learn about life that you've chosen, to develop self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem, to be a role model for others, but more important, to learn about love. Such a powerful, powerful energy. Yeah, there's love of your children. Granted, it's powerful. There's love of your spouse, powerful. Love of your family, parents, so on and so forth. Even love of fellow love, brotherly love, sisterly love. But they're all aspects, they're all pieces of what I call the true source of unconditional love. And the difference is there is no difference in the true source of unconditional love. It's a broad wave that covers everything in love, non judgmental, unconditionally loving, and allowing. That's what it is. But we as human, we got to dissect it, we got to examine it, we got to make sure it's right. And then when you get it, figure it out. Well, have I really done it? Have I really figured? Well, maybe it's not right. Well, congratulations, you just manifested it's not right. Well, why would I do that? And I answer, why would you do that? It's because your ego gets in your way because you forgot that you are here for the experience of life. And you forgot that you are the solution in your life. It's you. Yeah, you may call someone like me to assist you, or a friend, or a meditation, or your guides, or your angels, or whatever, and get out of your own way and let it happen. That's what's so important. It is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for you to learn and grow. Just think about this. If you were a plumber or an electrician or a gardener or even carpenter or whatever you have to learn the basics of everything has a basic element. So how to be a plumber, what you look for, a carpenter or electrician or even a gardener or a farmer, you have to learn the basics. Then you create an outcome in your mind, a dream. See, every thought's like a dream. And whatever you expect, you desire, at the end of the dream is what you're going to create and experience. However, by saying this or something greater or my perfect, your dream will be achieved, but it's going to be enhanced a little bit more, even better than you ever thought. That's why you say you're perfect, whatever, or not your perfect home or job or relationship or whatever. And if you don't say that, then you can say, whatever my soul desires, or I turn this over to the true source, what is great and wonderful for me. Any of those work, but get out of your own way and realize your stubbornness. Congratulations. I love your stubbornness. Why don't you turn that stubbornness around and say, I'm going to conquer this and overcome it? Turn that over around. And if you turn around, I don't know how to do it. That's perfect. That's why you should not know how to do it. Because that's when you meditate and you ask for true inner source guidance. If you're an expert on something, sometimes it'll work. You know, we men are always accused. Yeah, got a new toy to put together. You don't read the directions, right? And then you put it together and you make a mishmash or you run into a stubborn little problem. I think I'll read the directions. And then you correct it, which we, as I said, we men are famous for those kind of things. Probably a little bit of ego. And that would apply to me, or I'm much wiser this time because I get tired of doing everything twice. But even that gains new knowledge. The knowledge is I use my intuitive self. I got it partially right, which is good. And then the other part is reading the directions, or maybe someone mentoring you or showing you how to do this. But so many times we sit there and we make excuses. That's when the tide is really high, the waves are high. You're making an excuse and using that as a reason why something didn't work out. Instead of saying, you know what, I'm glad this happened because I learned something new. I learned how to conquer it. I learned how to change my life. Now, your life is full of challenges, and some of them are really difficult and some are very easy. Like, what should I make for dinner? That's a challenge. Hot dogs? can of baked beans, prime rib, filet mignon, maybe pot pie, chicken pot pie, maybe an exotic dish, something Asian or Greek or Baltic countries, whatever it may be. See, but it's through the challenges that you grow. It's through the challenges that gives you the power to create the life you so desire. You know, so many people ask me, what's my power? I really, don't ask me what my power, ask me what my gifts. Now, I said the power to become successful. That's different than asking what your power is. The power is the knowledge, in this case, to achieve a desired result. So here you are, you're sitting here listening to me. Yeah, this may be right, but how do we do it? That's the challenge. And the answer is just do it. Ask for true inner source guidance, pick up whatever, and just do it. And you will be amazed when you get out of that ego, everything will follow. You know, I used to teach at City University, and there was one time I was teaching was another college rather, and at the other college I was teaching Psych 101, and I forgot to go over my lesson plan because I didn't get home late at night and I was tired. Walked in, I said, True Source, what am I supposed to teach? And I just closed my eyes. The students walked in and I started talking and I opened up the book. Holy cow, this is what I was supposed to teach. Well, how did you accomplish that? I got out of my way. I didn't panic. I asked for true source inner guidance. And what happened was that's what I was supposed to teach. And it worked out very, very well. But most importantly, you need to take a few moments to ask yourself every morning, how do I change my life? How do I bring love and joy? How do I accomplish my mission and goal, what I came to do for this day? Maybe it's paying bills. Maybe it's turning around and doing research on a subject. Maybe it's writing a book. Maybe it's answering a text message, email, whatever it is. And you know what? It'll just flow evenly and wonderfully and effortlessly. And then you're going to say, wow, that was pretty easy. It didn't go very hard. But if you get up in the morning and, got to get this done, got to get all that done, it's going to be so challenging. Congratulations. You manifested the difficulty for the rest of the day. Or I can't wait to get up. I ask for true inner source guidance. Everything's going to work out well. And what happens? It works out well. So these are the things that's so important that we need to realize. And we need to realize that you have many gifts that you were born with. I have gifts, T.U. has gifts, many of those listening to me have gifts. Ask to know and how to apply those gifts. And the question, well, I don't know what it is. What am I giving thanks for? Don't worry about it. Your soul knows exactly what to do. It's so perfect. It's like when you go in and you order a dinner. Maybe it's a steak dinner, maybe it's scrambled eggs, whatever you're ordering, okay? You don't sit there and say, put it in this long, this seasoning, and so on, turn it at this. You don't tell them what to do. You just ask for the steak or the lobster or the chicken pot pie or pizza, whatever you're getting. And you can also tell them how you like it, like medium rare, or I like my, pizza kind of crispy on the crust rather, or whatever. And it comes out that way. Or you can trust it'll come out perfect for you. So stop trying to control everything. Start realizing that if you trust the true source, you trust your soul, which is a part of the true source, which you are, then everything's going to work out well. Even if it's challenging, it gains new knowledge and empowerment. Therefore, let's say you're trying to create something and you're not able to create it. It's really frustrating. You get up, you walk away, come back, close your eyes, ask for true inner source guidance, and then continue. Stop turning around and says it has to be my way or the highway. Some of you may have heard the story, but previous to my wife birthing out, we lived on a 40-acre farm and I had a generator. a small one, and it stopped working. I went, oh my gosh. Well, it was a pretty good brand, Kawasaki. And I said, well, what's going on? And there were wires, black wires, I remember, and they just broke right in the middle. Well, I didn't have any replacement wires. And I said, oh, all I got to do is put those two wires together, solder it, and let's see what happens. That's great. It was just to fit perfectly, no excess. So I started to butt it together, and I wait a minute. I got to hold the soldering iron. I got to hold the solder, and I got to hold these two together. How am I going to manipulate that? How can I move my hand to do it? How can I hold them together without burning myself? So I tried 3 or 4 times, grumble, 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 and I heard, get up and walk away. Okay. So I walked away for 5 minutes, probably had a glass of water, whatever, came back, sat down. I don't know what I did, put the two together with my 2 hands, soldered it, then taped it, and the generator started right away and kept running. I don't know how I did it. 4 items with 2 hands. Don't know. But it worked because I got out of my way. Now, that may seem like an oversimplification, and perhaps it is, but it can be very exasperating. And I use that as an example for you to remember that, my theme, you're unlimited, and that you can create anything, and that you can get out of your own way. I'm just checking the time. So here's my message for all of you, every one of you. Think about every challenge in your life like the tidal wave. If you're in flow with it, surfers will look for that big wave and they get on it and they ride it in and they have a ball. When that challenge happens and it's big, get on top of the challenge. Ask, how am I supposed to handle this? Ask for true inner source guidance. Get on top of the wave. I'm going to figure out, and no, don't have to work hard. The answer is, and walk away, come back, close your eyes, and just do it, or say it, or type it, or whatever, and you will be successful. I want to thank all of you for joining me. The time has really flown. Tiuj, is there any questions anyone may have?
We have some wonderful comments, Michael. I don't see a question yet, but let me go back here really quick, okay? Many people are here joining you, and Darshan has said my acronym for love is limitless, omnipresent, vibrating, energy, and meditation is the very best key to making life the best it can be. He also added, I agree with Darshan on that, but meditation brings me a greater understanding of all the things that are going on.
Right.
And then he also said that I use my gift to give others a lift and help them to have a meaningful shift. When we get out of our own way, the true source will have its say. We also have some other beautiful comments on your Facebook group. So if you would like to, I'll check it out and then I can let you know, okay? So if you'd like to say anything to Darshan or anyone.
Yes, go ahead. Darshan, thank you for sharing your beautiful thoughts and adding your energy to this evening and how you apply those challenges in your life to become more in harmony and joyous and successful. Thank you. Your energy to this evening and how you.
Hold on, I'm on your page. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Yes, there is a question here. Sarah was saying hello, sharing your life to our Vital Health partners. She also says, how do we know when a challenge is a spiritual test meant to grow us versus a sign we're meant to pivot directions?
That's a very good question. Thank you for asking. We tend to, as human beings, separate spirituality over here, human over here, but yet the two are intermingled. And the reason they're intermingled is that your thoughts, your energy creates answers to all your challenges. So if you view everything as a spiritual challenge for you to heal and overcome, for example, if someone's yelling or screaming at you, judging you, putting you down, you're uncoachable, you're angry, or they're upset with you. And it may be you're working at a grocery store, which I know Sarah doesn't, and someone gives you a hard time. It gives you an opportunity to look at that person, we'll say at a grocery store, and they're giving you a hard time. You realize, oh my gosh, they're really frustrated. They can't find what they want. They're under pressure, whatever. And you help them and you smile. You help change the day, but you gave new knowledge to them. And that's spiritual because you're sharing knowledge. You're sharing love and joy and happiness in their life. Although they may not view it that way, nor you, it's a very loving thing to help anyone. It's a loving thing to happen. But also, we have to have that wonderful gift and ability to draw a sand in a line. Boy, am I floating, a line in the sand. So, everybody, I am floating. So, if you understand the line in the sand, you're not supposed to be a doormat. And you have a choice. You can tell them, go take a hike or something a little stronger. Or you can turn around and silently ask the true source to send them unconditional love. Just listen to what they have to say and don't react. Make a small suggestion. But there are many souls that will come around and say things and use as an excuse that they can't accomplish a certain goal and blame you for not being able to help them or saying the right thing. Have compassion and understanding. And what we would say is open the door, make a suggestion. And if they go, yes, but, yes, but, yes, but, just thank them very much and you appreciate it. And I have to move on, or the phone is ringing, or whatever. We have a saying in our spiritual world: love everybody unconditionally, but love some from a distance because of the trials and tribulations, because you are not supposed to be a doormat. However, you don't want to become defensive and take it personally, which is when you get angry, you're taking it personally because you're saying, oh, I'm not reaching. They don't understand. Grumble, 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 grumble. So in essence, what I am saying, listen to what they have to say, make a suggestion, and then make an excuse. Now that's a white lie, and we're not supposed to lie. That's true. But a little white lie, it's okay. You're given a pass. As as a male, and something I learned the hard way, but I learned it now. When I'm out on a date with a girl or a beautiful woman, or with my wife, she goes, "Look at that woman over there. She's gorgeous, isn't she? She's gorgeous." And if I say she's gorgeous, well, what do I look like? Oh boy. So I'm not criticizing women. What I've learned to say, what woman? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. And what she doesn't realize, I wouldn't be with you unless you're gorgeous. You're gorgeous physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You're perfect with me. That's why I'm with you. Whether it's on a date or I'm married or whatever has happened. We tend to forget that. Or I get a new suit. Don't I look good? Don't I look good? What do you think they're going to tell you? You look cruddy in that suit and you shouldn't wear it. Oh, I don't want to go out now. I'm depressed. What we have to understand is everybody is looking for recognition and everybody's looking to excel, feel loved, enjoyed, and appreciated. And just remember that. And everything is in the eyes of the beholder, which, remember, my gas tank is half full and half empty. So just enjoy those thoughts and have a little humor and realize, I tell everybody, I don't know how to manifest. And they go, and I laugh. What are you laughing? Look at your life. You manifested and created it. Now, how about manifesting and creating joy and love? Well, I don't know what I want. Just say love and joy, and it will happen. Life is so simple. I know we're growing to a close, so I'll continue. And I want to share. You have something you want to ask to you?
Yes, I have just one extra comment I'd like to share right now, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Darshan had one more comment. He said, when we get out of our own way, the true source will have its say.
He's a poet and he knows it. So
Yes.
Thank you, Starshawn. I want to remind everybody that this every Tuesday evening, 6:30 Pacific time to 7:30 Pacific time, it's called Soul Awakening. And what it is, you call in, there's the information there, and you ask any question you have, and hopefully I can answer it. What is beautiful about this is maybe you already know them. And maybe what I'm going to share is going to remind you you forgot about it. We're processing so much information, it's easy to forget about things. But it's also very empowering, and you may learn something new, or maybe the only thing new is to remind you already know that. And that's perfect, because then you can apply it to your life. And then I deliver a 10-minute message, whatever the true source wants me to deliver. I encourage all of you to join us. It's on freeconferencecall.com. And there's no fee, but there is a return of energy, of love. Because when I do that, I'm channeling the true source's unconditional love. Tia, will you please tell them how they can get in touch with us and become a participant?
Absolutely. They just dial into this number. It's 202-926-1059 and enter access code, Michael?
125446 pound. One more time, please.
202-926-1059 and the access code, Michael?
125446 pound. Little animation here. Using the same telephone number, the same access code. The second Saturday of every month, I do what is called the Mass Consciousness Healing. It's one of my pet beautiful things to do. And what happens is you already know that you're part of the true source. If you don't, you better know now, because you are. It's like you have the DNA of your ancestors and your mother and father, kind of that example, but much more powerful. And what I'd like all of you to come and participate, and it's at 9:55 a.m. Pacific time to 11:01 Pacific time. And what we do is we can have a little conversation. Where you're from? Thank you for joining us. Just a little chit chat. Then we get going, and it's done in silence. And you become a conduit of the true source's unconditional love. Pours through your body, comes out of your heart chakra, and expands over the whole planet. And as it expands over the whole planet, you become one with that energy. And what are you doing? You're changing the energy of the planet. You're sending healing, but more important, the most powerful energy that nothing negative can live in is unconditional love. And that's example of what we should do. And that's why I ask you to join us. In fact, my dog just came over me next to me when I'm talking about unconditional love. He's sitting right next to me, wanting to scratch his belly and rub his ears, but he's getting spoiled. It's interesting how he picks up that. But I will tell you, people of animals, they say the dog, the cat will come sit right by them when they start doing this. They're telling you they're aware of that. So Tia, tell them what number they need to call and the access code and how they can be part of this.
Absolutely. That number is the same as the Tuesday night number, which is 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125446 pound. One more time.
202-926-1059 and the access code, Michael?
125446 pound. Now, as I said to all of you, that on Tuesday evening, I deliver a message, and it's called Soul Awakenings, 10 minutes long. 99% of them run between 9 minutes and 11 minutes. One or two run a little over. And I'd like to have you take the opportunity to listen to these messages. And you're probably wondering, well, what should I listen to? Well, there's almost 400 now. I think we've hit the 400 mark. And what's interesting is, Michael, they're not indexed or labeled. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell the, do this and ask the true source. And the answer I got, nope. And you've heard me say this before. You don't want to read for an hour, 400 different labels. Trust your soul. And you may hear, I don't know, 227. So what you do is it'll ask you, and it starts with number 3 and it goes to 227. And what you do is type in the number on your phone, push the button or your computer, and there's the message. You know what's beautiful about this? You can do it when you're upset or you're angry, or you can do it when you're driving your car stuck in traffic. You will not cause an accident, but you'll gain a new insight. Tio, tell them how to use that.
Absolutely. The number for that is to dial 434-300-4170 and the access code, Michael.
125446 #. One more time, please.
434-300-4170 and the access code, Michael.
125446 #. So I want to remind all of you to take advantage of that. And you can go to YouTube, Dr. Michael B. Gross, and there's a limited number of these messages. And as you know by now, T is an award-winning photographer, and there's one of the motivational thoughts, and you'll hear me talking behind it, and you'll see this beautiful picture in the thought. Take advantage of that. We're getting ready to add more to it probably in a couple of weeks, but please do take advantage of that. And this is all about empowering you. And the very last thing I desire to talk to you about right now is this beautiful book, Healing the Holes in Your Soul. This is a book about from gutter to grace, as TU says. It's all about the mythological bird rising from the ashes, the phoenix. It's a story of strength, of pain, of anxiety, and overcoming all those to listen to the thoughts of her soul and to empower her life, to share this with others so they too can be empowered and healed. This is a must read. Everyone, we'll tell you how to obtain these books.
Thank you, Michael, for your kind words. And I highly recommend that everybody start with your book here, The Spiritual Primer. This is definitely priceless to me because it changed my life. Working with Michael and reading this book has been a huge, huge, huge revelation on many different levels. And not only that, but he wrote the foreword in that book that he's holding. And had it not been for Michael and his encouragement, that book that he's holding wouldn't even be in existence right now. So I want to thank you, Michael. I honor you from the bottom of my heart for all the things that you've done for me. And I see how you're changing lives, not just me. And I love the fact that I see that ripple of love coming from you to all these other people that you work with and the beautiful, beautiful things that happen during the mass consciousness healing. And my other question is, you have one more special thing to let the people know about, am I right?
I will.
Okay, cool.
But tell them how to get the books.
Oh, I can tell them, yes. Right now, Michael's book isn't on Amazon. It's not there because when you contact us, we can get a signed copy for you, personally signed copy for you. We pop it in the mail at no extra charge. And so the best thing to do is contact us either through Facebook or in the contact information that I put in the comments. You also have email addresses, the Facebook link, the YouTube link, and every other way possible to reach us, okay? So thank you again, Michael, for giving us your time to bring your message to us tonight and every Thursday night.
Thank you, everyone. I encourage you all to share this. Also, I'd like you to know that for those who are what I call newcomers, I give a 20 to 30-minute consultation. And what I would say is call me first. Everybody calls me old school. Yep, I am. So call me first. And if I can't get back to you right away, I'll send you an automated message. I'll get back to you. Then go to that telephone number that you called me on. Leave me a text message and tell me what your area code is and where you live. For example, if you're in Hawaii, you don't want me to call you up at 8 o'clock I should say 7 o'clock my time, because it would be 3 hours earlier, 4 in the morning, and you don't want me to wake you up. have to translate the time. So just give me the time zone where you are, and we'll set up an appointment that's convenient, and I shall be glad to share or help you with anything you so desire. I would like you all to know I'm not going to sell you any program or anything like that. It was there. You desire help. You want help. Here I am. And if not, bless you. I've met a beautiful soul, and that's wonderful to me. I want to thank you all for being with us. Please share this beautiful information with everyone. And I want you to understand that we are going through a great many changes. It's going to be very challenging over the next 8 years, but more difficult over the next 2.5 to 3 years. When you're in harmony and balance with the true source in your soul, could be a tornado, hurricane, earthquake, you're going to come out whole and happy. Because remember, you are unlimited. Thank you, everyone. We love you. Namaste. Take care.
Namaste. Love you. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.